Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. Okay, they should be okay there, so then if I unhitch them, then I go... Oh. Oh, that's fantastic. I completely forgot that I had a front weight on there. Let's try unhitching the trailers instead, shall we? Let's do it like that. So I'm going to... First up, let's just see what it's going to be like going in here. So how much have I got in here first? Let's have a look. So we walk in here. We've got 168,000 litres. Let's say euros. 168,000 litres. And my bucket that I've got here takes 3,000. Now, I don't need to tell you that that is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, something, not quite 60, 50, 50-something bucketfuls. 50-something. 50-something bucketfuls is a lot of bucketfuls, and I don't really fancy doing that another 50-odd times. So... we're not going to. We will leave that bit out. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select that front weight right there and lower that one down. And I'm going to leave that one there. And then I'm going to go over here. We will leave the front bucket right where it is and we will put on the snowblower on the back. If I had front links, we could do this in one go. Helper F has stopped work already. He's filling up my bucket. Actually, let's do that. Let's fill up the front bucket. But we'll go back to this one first, and we will very quickly go and reload. We want to keep this one going. It's quite important now that we keep this one running at all times. So I'm going to run it back down here. It's a really steep bank right there, isn't it? I actually quite like that. We do have to be a little bit careful going down that bank, though. We're going to have to be very, very careful going down that bank. So, are you in the right position there for the potatoes? Right. That should be in the right spot. Yeah? You look at that. That looks like it's in the right spot. But it's really struggling to actually connect. So I don't know what it is. I'm wondering like if that mod has got too small an area that it can tip out into. Wondering if it's like too finely tuned or something. There's something on it that makes it unusually sensitive. Because it really seems to struggle with whatever we're putting under there. But at least we've been able to do it a few times, so it does save us having to do that whole loading fiasco with the other seed drill, which I do actually prefer. It would be better if we didn't have to go and do that every time. So let's pop you into there like that, lower you down so that you're ready to roll, and then we just press H. And the hired help will carry on and do what it needs to do. And then we can go back over to here, start you up. I'm going to start up that bad boy right there. I'm going to lower that one down. And this time I can actually move around with it as well. And I will confess that I do rather like the fact that I can move around with this one. So I can drive on forwards with it. Having this extra horsepower really does make a difference. So we will bring this one over here. It's already ready. Now bring it onto there, and then all we have to do is drive back into it like this. It's a lot faster doing it with this one than it was with the last one. And then slowly push our way through it like this. There, so he's filled up both of those trailers, or he will fill up both of those trailers in a minute. And then once he has, we can go and tip it, and then we come back and we do the next lot. So it's 24,000 litres that we can put into that trailer there. So I'm going to back you up there, and then do that, and unhitch it. And I go straight out here with my bucket full of silage. We tip the bucket full out, and we tip out both the trailers as well. Like that. 27,000 litres right there. So I've still got another 5 lots to do after this. Let's get the loader arm selected first, and then I can go and tip the silage out there. That's the first bit. And then we can go and tip the second one. Like that. Actually, if I go on forward a bit more, I can get the other one in here, and we can tip that one at the same time. So we've got both of these tipping out, and then I just need to reverse these back over to where they were and start going in for the second lot. Shouldn't take us very long. And this is all we need to do. We just go backwards and forwards a few times and hopefully get all of the silage stuffed into here. Now, that's at 27,000 litres. We can only put 50,000 in there. We've got 160-odd thousand, which means that we either need to wait until much time has gone past, or we need to fast forward time a little bit. Neither of which I want to do a great deal of. Like, I don't want to be hanging around and waiting. I want to have all of this sold and the biogas plant sold as well before we finish up this series, which is quite important for me, so that we can see exactly how much money we're taking to the next one. And I'll be doing that with all of it anyway. We will just sell all of the equipment, all of the land, everything that we've got right at the end, so that we can see how much we're going to take with us. It's quite important that we do that, I feel. And I'll go there, like that. And that will then decide exactly how much we're going to start the next series with. And we will use that exact amount to start the next series with. So let's go in here. Start you up and then lower you down. He does work so much better than the electric one on this. The fact that he's several hundred horsepower more powerful probably has something to do with it. The other tractor isn't really designed for using this machine, is it? Let's be honest, it's not really meant for that little tractor. It's meant for something like this tractor that we've got in place right now. So this one is perfect for the job. And we load that one up, and he's probably now going to, once he's filled up that trailer. Yeah, I thought he would. He's going to come around, and he's also going to load up our bucket as well. There we go. Doesn't load the bucket. Oh, yeah, there it goes. He will load it up completely. So we will do that. We will stop it. Unhitch it like that. Then go on round and pick this one up. So how has your week been? How have you all been getting on? What have you been up to lately? Get into the comment section and tell me about what you've been up to lately. Have you had any recent successes that you'd like to celebrate? Have you had any recent disasters that you'd like a bit of commiseration for? Either or, we don't mind. Get into the comment section and tell us about it. What's been going on lately? We want to hear about it. Let me put that one down there like that. Do you have anything that you want celebrated? Is there anything in particular, something important that has happened to you lately? I mean, it could be something important that did not go how you wanted it to go. These things do happen to us. In which case, share your problem. It always does. It really does help. If you share the problem, it can make it seem a lot less significant. especially if you share that problem with strangers. Now, sometimes people need to share these problems with friends. Sometimes it can help to share the problem with complete and total strangers who don't know anything about it. I'm just going to have a drink a second. Right. That is ticking away fairly quickly, and we've got standard time running on here. We're going to go and have a look at the potatoes, because they've only got 8 litres of potatoes left anyway. So we'll just let that one finish. Yeah, like that. And we will run back over and we'll reload it yet again. We could go and get a bigger potato planter, but the problem with a bigger potato planter is that it won't be able to be pulled by this tractor. Now, I would like to have electric tractors in the next one. An electric tractor. We want to get this tractor here if we can, because this one's part of our farm, so this is one of the things that we'll need to purchase back. But, I mean, if we can't, then we will do something else. I'm not quite sure what we'll do yet, but we will figure something out. So let's just load up using this one here. It's a bit quicker. And we need to use that up anyway. There's other options. We're also getting the ability to have a manual transmission on the tractors. I see in some of the fact sheets that we're going to have manual transmission. Now, I don't know how the controls for a manual transmission works. My steering wheel that I have doesn't have a shift, and it doesn't have a manual transmission. So I don't have a shift pedal. I don't have a clutch pedal. So I can't use a manual transmission with that. I do have a just a lever for knocking up and down a gear, a paddle gear. So I could use that one. So just as a shifter, as a gear shifter, just an up-down shifter, not a proper gear stick. So I do have that as an option, and maybe that would be able to be connected with it. I don't know. It could be. I imagine there's going to be keyboard controls for manual transmission, but it's going to be interesting to see how that works out, whether we'll want to have the manual transmission on the tractors or not. If we're going to be having them on any series, it would be this one, so we'll definitely consider giving that a go. This tractor over here, we may... Okay. Why is that chugging away like that, but only little bits? How peculiar. Right, anyway. We may want to have the manual transmission. What we're also going to want to have is a big tractor. Now, this one that I've got right here is a mod tractor. So obviously we're not going to have that one available to go and use straight away. We may not ever have this one available to go and use, which means that we're going to need to get another tractor of some kind. Now, there is a tractor very similar to this in here that we've got in this one, which is obviously the K7200 Pro Series. It's not the exact one that we're using, but it's got most of the same options on it. So I don't even know what options we're using on the one that we've got right now. I think that we've got the smaller engine on it. Let's go to the garage and have a look. We've got a 155 horsepower engine on it. That's what we've got right now. No, I don't want to sell that. So we've got those. There's options here. We do have choices. We have options for the different things that we can go and do with replacing our tractors. I believe the Rigitrack stuff will be available from the start, so we'll be able to replace the small electric tractor. As for the rest of it, we will have to play it a bit by ear. If we don't have this case tractor available as an option, we need to get something of a similar vein. So we need a four-wheel drive tractor that has a front loader option for it, and we're going to be wanting to, like, the front links are going to need to be an optional one that we can install if we need them. And We also want one that will be able to upgrade the engine quite a bit. I deliberately picked this one out because there is some considerable upgrade options on it. So it's a tractor that could serve us for quite some time. And that's something that we're going to have to also take into account when we're selecting the new toy. But I think probably the best thing to do is to wait until we actually get into the game, because we don't know what we're going to get. Now, I've had a lot of feedback on whether or not I should be doing FS19 content right up to the wire and starting the FS22 content. Some of you have actually stated that you don't want any FS22 content before the game itself is released. That's not an option. I do appreciate that some of you may not want to see FS22 content before the game comes out, but if I am fortunate enough to get hold of a copy of the game before the game is released, I will be releasing the content. It's entirely up to you if you don't want to watch it, and I completely understand if you don't, because that's just how some people want to run it. That's entirely your choice and entirely up to you how you go and do that. But I will be making videos. If I can, I will be making them. That absolutely. It definitely will not be leaving them unmade. So let's just go to there. 3,110 in the bucket again. I reckon 2 more lots after this, because it's piling up there a little bit. There'll be 2 more lots after this. Just grab hold of that one. What we are going to need to do is wait a little bit before we can tip it all out, or we're just going to have to jump the clock forward a little bit. I think we can get away with jumping the clock forward a little bit, to be honest. I think we could probably do that. Let's just change this one over to the actual bucket here. So I'm on 47,800 right there. I'm going to tip that out. The potatoes... Oh. Well, I didn't actually expect that. Because it stopped accepting it, because I'm tipping it out of a bucket, it just dumped it straight on the ground instead of letting me do anything else with it. So we will go forward just a little bit, just enough to make sure that I think that I've... That should be enough. That I can get rid of all of it. Still can't get rid of all of it. Right, 140 litres left. There's 100 that can go in, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. There's all of it. Right. So that's been taken care of. So now I can go forwards like that. And I've got 24,000 litres to take care of. So let's leave that one there and we'll go over to here. We've got 18 litres left in here. There's 1 stripe right there that hasn't been planted. So I am going to go back to that one first, and I'm going to plant that stripe. Over there, we left a lot of stripes, but that was, you know, the field was steeper than this one. Although, to be honest, this one is possibly good. It would possibly end up with a number of stripes. But, I mean, we can try and take care of the stripes as we go through. We can try. Now, what I'm also going to try is to gather up the bit that's in there, which is 190 litres, and then we want to try and do this. Now, I'm facing the other way to what I faced previously. Doesn't seem to like that. This is ridiculous. It's too far now. It's not triggering because the weight of the seed has pushed it down. That really is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. The sensitivity of that. We need to get something else there, but I don't know what to get. I don't know what trailer to use. There's got to be another one that we can go and use. But I kind of need the money. Like, we got 56,000 euros there. That 56,000 is rather valuable to us. There's a lot of things that we can get with 56 grand. And, okay, so we'll lower that one down there. And then, I'm just going to manually do this one a minute. Run down through and just fill in that line there. And then that's a little bit there. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8 litres of potatoes went in on that. So there's a little bit of a strip there that didn't get planted. Like, I know that there was a strip that didn't get planted, but it seems like it was wide enough to make a bit of a difference. At least a bit of a difference to the planter itself. So you carry on up there, spinning and churning up the ground in a terrible fashion. Really don't think that's any good for getting potatoes in neat and tidy. Not even a little bit. Let's go on over here, shall we? Right. That's running again. I wish I knew what that was doing. There doesn't seem to be anywhere that I can see numbers. I think if we were to go and buy a slurry tanker so that we could get digestate out of here, then we'd be able to see some numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward time. We're going to speed this up to 60, 120 times speed. Now, I got 24,000 here, so I want that clock there to go down to 26. And then we will slow it down again. So it's not a great deal that we want it to go there. That's probably getting close. 15. We're on 15 times speed right now. Be exactly 26,000, and then I can tip everything out. There we go, that'll do. Because the last little bit will tick through pretty quick on its own. So I'll start the tractor up, and then I will go tip that one, and I'll tip that one. And then we're going to put those trailers back over there so they're out the way. And I think then what we want to do is, well, we can have a look in the shop first, but I reckon buying a slurry tanker, because we'll have something here. I'm sure that we will be able to get something out of there. So there's all of that now in here. We get the money at midnight, remember, we don't get it yet. Manure spreader slurry tanks. So obviously this is the base one right here, the Garant Cot VE8000. It has 8,000 litres, and to be honest, it's nothing particularly special. That one right there requires 180 horsepower, which is a bit much. This one's only an 85 horsepower beastie. It's fairly simple to go and pull this one around. Doesn't take a great deal. We have full color options on this one. Now, I used pink on the other series, so I won't use pink on this one. This one is 150 horsepower. It's got a 12-meter spread. This one's only a 9. This one's an injection beastie. And it does require the 150 horsepower. It's got 15, almost 16,000 litre capacity, which is a lot better than the 8,000. It's nearly double that capacity, which, considering how far we have to go in order to be able to transport this slurry, or this digestate, it's probably a good thing. It is, however, 62,500 euros, which is an absolute fortune. The other one's only 23,000. So there's a big discrepancy in the prices there. There's a huge, huge difference. And then we've got the smaller ones over here. So I haven't really got anything in the way of a really small spreader, except for the Garant Cot here. So I think the Garant Cot, unfortunately, despite the fact that I would like to have the bigger Joskin one, I don't have the money for that one unless I go and sell the potato harvester right now. I could do that. That is an option that we could go and use. I could also try and finish doing this job first, and then we've got this snowblower that we can sell as well, although that's not a huge amount of money. It wouldn't be enough. The planter, though, that would give us just enough money to be able to go and buy that slurry spreader. I don't think we will do that. We will go for the smaller slurry spreader, because I'm not even sure that we've got slurry up here. And that's we'll end up losing quite a bit of money. If we're not able to use it, we could end up losing quite a lot of money up here. And I don't really want to do that. So we'll put the trailers over there. I think that's probably about right. It's not Very good. We get them loaded up so that they're all ready to go, and then we can tip them straight in as soon as we've got the space for it. And then we will go over to the dealership and we will get ourselves a brand spanking new slurry spreader. So let's put that one into there. I want to start that one up, and then I want to lower it down like that. And start dumping the silage into that trailer. So still got quite a bit of silage here. Let's jump out a second. We've got 77,000 in here. With what has gone into that trailer already, we're taking 24,000 at a time. We've got this full load and 2 more loads, possibly 1 more bit of a load as well. So we've got quite a bit of silage still to go. So there's at least this and 2 more. Which is more than I thought there was. I thought that it was just 2 loads to go out of here, but this pile at the back is bigger than I thought. This is quite a bit more substantial than I thought back here. Right, that's the trailer's full, so I just need that one to come round and we'll let it dump into the bucket. Fill up the bucket. There we go. We'll fill it. There we go. Right. And then I can shut that one off. It probably would have been better if I'd actually waited and, closed it off properly. Help air for stop work unexpectedly. Tank is empty. So let's go straight to that one. We will not hang around and do other things first. We want to jump straight to this one every time and keep this one going. It's very important that this one is working as much as possible. Now, am I going to keep messing around with this, or am I just going to get the other seed drill and do it like that? Right, so the potatoes are all the way over here. And, oh. Ah. Right, maybe the visual is off from what the actual bit is, and we need to just be a little bit further out. Maybe that's what's causing part of the problem. It could be. I could have been doing it slightly wrong. I hope not. That would be really embarrassing, wouldn't it? I've been busy complaining about this thing for quite some time now, and it turns out that actually it's all my fault. Yeah, I don't really... Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing to do with me. It's definitely not my fault. I've been doing it perfectly correctly every time. So, let's ignore all of that, and we want to go to this one. Start you up. So first up, I want to actually be able to tip this silage out in here, which means that I need 3,100 space, and I have got 3,100 space in there. I got 3,600 space in there. Makes life nice and easy for us. There we go. There's all of that lot, and now I will go and get a slurry spreader. Is this slurry spreader going? Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.